And we're going to change gears. Let's talk about the weather outside today. It was warm. You may have want to spend some time outside, right? Well, maybe even at a park like Glenwood Park, right? But your time in the sun at the park may have been interrupted by some strange little holes in the ground. Take a look. These strange little holes are not anthills. Instead, they're the solitary homes of ground nesting bees who popped out from the ground to see what the buzz was about. We spoke with an insect exterminator who says that they sometimes get calls from people wanting these burrowing bees removed, but while they may tear up the ground, he says they're actually beneficial to the environment as pollinators. And while they still sting, he says you don't need to fear them as much as other stinging insects.
The nice things about them is they don't typically sting people. They can sting people, so you don't want to handle them or mess with them too much, but they're not actively going to be very territorial, unlike like a yellow jacket or something like that.
And Moore recommends avoiding the holes if you can and not to startle them, adding that if they're not bothering you, you should leave them be. Ben?